Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I just talked to you because I just filmed my book haul, which means I just need to film another book haul immediately after that. That's how my life works right now, and I am a-okay with it. But this is going to be an unboxing of this, and I'm so excited. They don't print Book Outlet on the side anymore for some reason, but this is my Book Outlet unboxing for the Boxing Day sale. That was a lot of boxing words, but here we go. I'm gonna get into it. I'm really excited. So the first book that I am pulling out is a book that I have been meaning to read for a very long time, but I don't know, I just never got around to reading it, but a lot of people have been recommending it to me recently for some reason, even though it's been out for like eternity. But that is The Merciless by Daniel Vega. This is a book that came out like a generation ago or something, but for some reason Daniel Vega's name just keeps popping up a lot recently, and a lot of people are still recommending this. I think it's a duology because I'm pretty sure the sequel actually just came out. Maybe that's why people are mentioning it. Things are starting to connect now. But I got this, and I don't know how I feel about the like dust jacket-less hardcovers. I mean, it's cool, but it also feels naked to me. I don't know. The next book I got because Jen has recommended this to me a lot. She like swore up and down about this being an amazing book, so I'm trusting you, Jen. But that book is 100 Days of Cake by Sherry Coldhagen. This came out, I want to say in the summer or fall of last year, so it's a fairly recent release, but it's something that I probably would have never picked up had she not recommended it, because she said that it is the most like accurate and real and raw representation of a teenager going through depression. It seems very realistic, and I'm pretty excited to get into it. The next book is a sequel that I got that is the sequel to a book that I bought probably a couple months ago from Book Outlet and still haven't read, but I was like, oh, the sequel's on there and they'll match. I need to do that. So I bought Etherworld, and this is by Claudia Gable and Cheryl Clam. This is the sequel to Illusion, which both of these have gorgeous covers. Like, they are just the prettiest stinking books, so I bought this. The next book I picked up was kind of an author buy, but also sounded really intriguing and was also a cover buy. It was just one of those like gotta have it books. And that is Fiendish, and this is by Brenna Jovanoff. She wrote The Replacement, Paper Valentine, and The Space Between, all of which you'll probably recognize the covers of them because they've been out for a while, but she writes really dark stories, and this just sounds so good. It's also a really cool cover. I wish I had this in October, but I think it's about a town where a whole bunch of teenager girls, I think, get taken hostage and get put in a cellar, which is a really dark and creepy story to begin with, which are kind of intriguing to me, but it starts to, I think, take on a paranormal aspect. Like, I think whatever's holding them hostage isn't just a creepy man. I think there's more to it in the town based on the fact that the house is being eaten by tree roots. I'm gonna go with that. The next book I got is Dreamers Often Lie by Jacqueline West, and this is a book, I believe I talked about it in a releases video, and I've been wanting it ever since, but it just sounds really good. It's a YA contemporary where it's about a girl who is, I believe, in a really bad ski accident or some sort of accident where she has traumatic brain issues, like injury, trauma, something happened to her noggin, and she pretty much is just determined to get back to regular high school life and her drama department and her Shakespearean plays, but I know she starts to have like slips of her like mental state where she starts to think that a lot of these Shakespearean actors or characters are actually in her real life, and things start to like not really be what they seem. So I love stories about characters who are like slowly going mad. That's just great to read about. So I bought this. I also picked up this book that I've been wanting since it came out because everybody and their mom read it but me, but I really didn't want to pay full price for it because it's not that long, but that is The Accident Season, and this is by Maura Fowley Doyle. That's a mouthful of a name, but this just sounded awesome when it came out like a year ago, and I have been really wanting to read it but not really like spend a lot of money on it, so I didn't. But this is about a family who I believe goes through a literal accident season, like all of the family members start dropping dead from freak accidents out of nowhere. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a great story to read, so I bought this. The next book that I picked up is The Girl Who Fell, and this is by S.M. Parker. This is another book that I remember talking about in a releases video that I really wanted, so I finally got it. And I'm really excited that Book Outlet actually had like new releases during their sale. That was great. But this is about a girl who falls really hard and really fast for a guy and pretty much drops everything about her own personal life behind for this guy and then starts to realize that he's not what he seems, and realizes how much she gave up of her own self and identity because of this like huge crush that she had and was infatuated with. And I think it takes a really dark turn, so you know I'm gonna be all about dark stories. The next book, I am so excited that I finally got it, is The Winter's Kiss by Marie Rakowski. This is the third and final book in the Winter's Curse trilogy, which I finally have all three of them now, so I can binge read them. I've kind of been waiting until I had the third one because I've heard nothing but amazing stuff about the series, and I knew that I was gonna want to read them all back to back, so I kind of was just like hovering on Book Outlet, hoping that they would upload the third and final one, because that's how I've gotten the rest of them, and they did. So I got this. I'm so excited to read it. If any of you have read this, please let me know, because I'm so excited. That's just gonna be my phrase of this video. The next book that I picked up is The Inquisition. This is the second book in the Summoner series by Taryn Matheru. The first one I believe is called The Novice, which I think is a YA high fantasy series based on the cover of this, but I know it's about guys who have powers, some sort of wizardry, but the main intriguing part of this is that they get like familiars or like animal companions or like monstrous type companions, any sort of like familiar type story. I'm gonna love it because I'm an animal person. If there's an animal in the story, I'm probably gonna like it like a lot more than if there weren't. So I'm really excited to get into this. I got the first one off Book Outlet a couple months ago, and now I have the second one, and I think this is all that is out right now of the series. So I'm caught up. And the last book that I got was Dream On by Kirsten Gier. This is the sequel to Dream a Little Dream, and I just love these books. Just like physically, they are so aesthetically pleasing. They're like skinny, but they're like tallish, and the spines are just beautiful. This one is a lovely gold. The first one is silver and like red. This one is gold and green. They just got like the aesthetic game down pat. And do I really know what this one's about? No, but they're pretty. So I've heard good stuff about it, and I've heard really good stuff about Kirsten Gier. I didn't read her Ruby Red trilogy, but I've heard really good things about her writing. So I'm excited. Well, that is everything that I got in my Book Outlet haul. It was kind of a doozy. I didn't think I actually ordered that much because my total was like $30 or something like that because of the sale, where it was one of those things, if you spend more, you got a bigger discount, which means I just kept adding things and taking them out and then adding things. So it was a good sale, and it felt good to get back into like the book buying rhythm because it's been a while. So I've got a lot of new pretty things to put on my shelf, and I'm so excited. So if you guys took part in the Boxing Day sale, please let me know what you guys got and what I missed out on, because everything went like super gangbusters during that sale. But I am pretty excited with what I got in this sale. So that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope you're reading some amazing books right now, and I will see you in my next video.